of the NFL, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Buccaneers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also
it's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Tampa. On the return is Trey Palmer. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
it's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL. So you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
On second down, Baker. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Motion man sent right. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it'll lead to a second down. Here's carry number 1 for Rachaad White. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Second and a yard. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up around the 35.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
That's taken in by Dotson. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and that will lead to a 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's complete. Tight end got her. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Philadelphia.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
The open receiver is Dotson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. He'll take this down to the 23. Levante David doing his work on defense. They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Hurts gonna hand this one to Shipley. He'll get about 3, and that's gonna lead to 3rd down. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive? And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready now for their second drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Irving. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Irving. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Mayfield. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He finds his tight end, Keith. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. They bring a tight end in motion left. Here's Mayfield. This one complete right side. And he's into the end zone. Payne Durham. Touchdown Buccaneers. That is 1st touchdown this year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Now a 3rd and 2. Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. Back deep for the Bucs, their speedster Trey Palmer. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Godwin working the right side.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A give. This is Irving. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
To the goal line and in. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown, Tampa.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers extend their advantage to 14-3. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled first half continues. Landon Dickerson guilty on that one. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Hurts now. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This returnable with Palmer. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Mayfield. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
That's good for Buccaneers. 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Irving. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 45-yard line.
Right back to Irving. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. Tristan Wirfs, former 1st-round pick, with the flag. Baker to throw. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On 2nd down, this is Shipley. He'll get about 2. Levante David doing his work on defense. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Hurts. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled first half continues. They'll give it here to Shipley. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Anthony Walker there to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 12. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still third down.
On third down, it's Hurts. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw, Hurts. This one complete to Bryant. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And they'll throw here with Hurts. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Now he'll run. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's take. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Bucs have it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
One final throw before the break. A short one there to Otten. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kenny Pickett, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got his man Brown. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Hurts. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Certain guys just have a knack for finding the ball. In a lot of ways, Mike, you can't even really coach it. We've seen him do it all throughout this game today. Fumble recovery, sack. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his hand on another one and comes down with a pick.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing. And now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll run with Irving. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Irving. Irving's got a 1st down, still going. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Here's 2nd and 9. Now whistles here, and a penalty that makes somebody move early up front. Baker going to hand it to White. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. To throw is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Short pass taken in by the tight end. A pickup there of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. A pass caught by Saquon. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Hurts will try it again. That one complete to Brown. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's third down and a few inches. The zone read, it's a give to Shipley. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on third and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. To the air again. Hurts. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Again, Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he's in! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Elliott. Good on the extra point. And the Eagles are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Palmer now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here comes Otten in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down. Here's Hurts. He gets that to Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Hurts working in the pistol. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Hurts again. And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play, back by the quarterback. Let's see. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll run it here with Saquon. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on second down is Hurts. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing third down at the moment. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over possession of the football. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Receiver in motion. Going right. A second down throw for Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Checking it down, this one is caught. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
The throw on the run is complete, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this complete to Shipley. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That is caught at the 3. He is in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The extra point by Elliott is good, and the Eagles have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Palmer now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Baker. Now a loose football. The Eagles have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession, and they'll have a chance to put this one to bed. They begin 1st and goal. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Barkley. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 31, Buccaneers 20.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Palmer now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bucs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. To the right side here, pass is caught, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Baker to throw. Going up top for Evans. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. You'll look underneath here for Irving. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And it's looking like 4-0 might be in the cards. Looking to finish off a perfect September as they're going to start this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Hurts going to hand this one to Shipley, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. To throw, Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 12. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Once again, it's Barkley. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.